Hi there, and welcome back for another video on graphing. Today we are still looking at one variable data, but we are going to look at the histogram. So if you find your page that has the histogram heading, I will give you the definition and then we'll do a word problem. A histogram is a data display that have been divided into intervals. And I'll show you what interval means in just a second. And one of the things that you want to remember about a histogram is that the bars on the histogram touch. A lot of people get a histogram and a bar graph confused because they look the same and they work the same, sort of, but a histogram, there's no space between your bars, which has a really helpful application if you study statistics. You can draw curves on these lines that are important later on in statistics. But we're going to draw a histogram today using this example. It says the ages of last month's police academy graduates are. Construct a histogram and then find mean, median, mode, and range. So they have given me a group of police academy graduates. These are folks who completed maybe the 8-week course to become police officers, and they have given me their ages. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is just read my data a little bit carefully. I want to know how many graduates there were. So how many students graduated from this program? And sometimes they'll tell us that, and sometimes we have to count to find that out. So let me highlight the numbers that we're looking at here. These are all the ages. So let's just count the people, starting with this person who's 32. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 people who have ages listed. So there are 20 new police officers from this program. I also like to know the minimum. Who was the youngest person in this class? And it looks like it was this 20 right there. So 20 years old. There were 20 people. The youngest was 20 years old. Who was the oldest of the graduates in this list? And I have a little trouble with it. Looks like maybe this person right there is 38 years old. So we can go ahead and find the range of ages, and this will help me know how to split up my intervals. So remember, range is the maximum minus the minimum. So these folks range in age from 20 to 38, or 18 years difference. That's a pretty big range, especially for a graduating class. Usually you think of a graduating class as all about the same age. But in this particular case, there's a pretty big range on their ages. Okay, to draw a histogram, the first thing we need to do is draw the graph part that we're going to be using. And I am going to go ahead and just sort of eyeball here. You will need a straight edge. Let's get a horizontal axis. And on my graph, I'm going to let this be the ages of my graduates in years. Okay. And I'm just going to pick some intervals here that will break up my graduates into groups. So let's go ahead and start maybe right there. And I'll start here. Let me make that a little bit wider, guys. I'm sorry. Actually, let me go ahead and put the vertical one in, and that'll be a little easier. And I completely missed it. I need new glasses, and I can tell it today. So let's go ahead and put the vertical axis in there. This is going to be the number of graduates. And I can't rotate my tablet because it's going to rotate the screen on you. So let me just put the word graduates over here. Okay. All right, so let's make in this first interval, I'm going to put anybody who falls between ages 20 to 24. Now, why didn't I go ahead and put 19 years old in there? Because my minimum was 20. So there's no need to go below 20. You can start right at 20. And then that's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 5 years. So let's put the next 5 years, which would be 25 to 29 years old. And then let's put 30 to 34. That's the next 5 years. And then 35 to 39. And why do I not need to go any further? Because 38 years old was the highest, and it is covered in that interval. I don't have to worry about going any further. I am going to let my line come out just a little bit. I didn't mean to erase quite all of that. And then over here, I'm going to say 0. There's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll just go up to 10 and stop. Or let's go on to 12. We've got room. So these are my numbers of graduates. Okay. So somehow you and I have to figure out how to organize this data. And this is how I would do it. You don't have to do it this way, but I think this is the easiest way. Come down here and draw yourself a table like that. Let's go ahead and make a I am not an artist, my friends. Can you tell? Okay, so we're going to put space in here for our age groups. This is the purpose of drawing this thing. So I want you to put in your table. Let's do some headers. You always want to. So let's do ages and frequency. Remember back a while ago we did a frequency table. So that's what this is going to be. So my first age group is 20 to 24. Then 25 to 29. 30 to 34. And 35 to 39. And then in this last spot, I want you to put the word total. Okay? So here's what we need to do. We need to come up here to this place that I've highlighted in yellow. And we're going to do some tallying here. Now, this is not the histogram. This is a frequency table. The histogram is over here. We haven't drawn our bars yet, but we're about to. Okay, this 32-year-old person who is right here, the first person I'm looking at, goes in this range. So I'm going to put 32 is in that 30 to 34-year-old section. Then 24, 34, 22, 20, that was our minimum, 26, 22, 27, 30, 24, 25, 38 is our maximum, 25, 21, 32, 24, 29, 23, 23 again, and 27. Total means to add them up. So 5, 10, 14, 19, 20. You always want to make sure that you have those 20 grads, or whatever that number is. Okay, we are ready to draw the histogram. We're going to use this frequency table to do our drawing. So in the 20 to 24-year-old group, how many graduates did we see? There are a total of 10 of them. So I'm going to come over here to my histogram. I've had way too much coffee today. And I'm going to bring that line up to the 10. And I am going to color it just so you can see the different sections. You don't have to color it to make it a histogram, but you know I like to color. So here's the 20 to 24-year-old bar. There were 10 of them. Okay, for the 25 to 29-year-olds, there were only 4 graduates. So I'm going to draw up to the 4. This is the bar, and I'll color that one with blue. This is one of my favorite things about doing math on my iPad. I can color. So that's this bar. Okay, the 30 to 34-year-old group has 5. So we're going to have to be careful here. We want to hit it right on the 5. Don't go all the way to 6. That would not be correct. So there's the 5. And I'll make that one orange. You see how the bars are touching? There's no space between them. This is a histogram, not a bar graph. There's a little bit of a difference. And then on this 35 to 39-year-old, this is where my maximum was. We only had 1 graduate in that category. And I admire that person for being able to get through the police academy. That's a tough course. So we're going to color that one maybe green for this person. So you have drawn yourself a histogram. That's the bar graph looking thing. And I don't know why I wrote that way over there, but let's bring it in here. So the histogram is finished. Now, calculating mean, median, mode, and range. This is not an easy thing to do because we have a lot of numbers, and the only way to do it is just to do it. So I am going to walk you through this one. I'm thinking I might need to stop the video. I think I will because the next one might get a little bit long. So I'll bring you back for another video and we'll do mean, median, mode, and range for this data. So I'll see you soon.